Hello Internet, I am Insane Lane as well as a Canadian girl, and as promised we have this video today. I'm gonna say I already hate this title. Psycho as hell Karen bites cop like wild animal then throws crybaby act to dodge karma. Again, we have a title that is way too effing long. Like, stop it. It's also, like, I hate when they throw in all these words like psycho, Karen, wild animal, crybaby. Like, for those of you in the know, if I'm doing this, what show am I referencing? Crybaby, 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 crybaby. What show am I referencing? This is not a show you want me thinking of with your titles. So knock it off. Oh, somebody says hello and I'm a puppy. Let's see. Should we have a puppy? We should always have a puppy. But let's get into this.
Stop resisting me.
Yes, come here. Don't hit my mute. Okay, I'm gonna move the button.
Resisting me.
Move the button away from the puppy.
Come out of the car.
He doesn't do it on purpose, but he does it.
On state, I don't know where I am. And I was driving and he turned his lights on in California. You pull off onto the freeway.
On June
We're in
13th, 2023,
California or we're not?
officers tried to stop a vehicle for going over the speed limit, but the driver hit the gas even harder instead of slowing down. What could have been a simple traffic stop turned into a 6-minute chase. The driver kept going, ignoring the flashing lights behind, and finally stopped near a gas station, like it was just another routine stop for fuel. What made her think she could outrun the law?
Okay, this narrator can suck my D already because you don't know what's going on. And from what I just saw, that sped up bit as soon as the cop turned his lights on. Yes, she may have sped up, but she also got off at the first exit and pulled into a gas station, which is a well-lit, populated area. So let's see if we get any better than that absolutely disgusting opening.
Pulling into the Sunoco. Pulling into the Sunoco.
That's one we don't have here.
We stopped at the Sunoco.
Okay.
Hands! Hands!
Units responding and stopping there at the Sunoco.
I've been trying to stop you for 5 miles. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you can't do that. Okay. You can't do that. Okay. Okay, well, do you understand you can't do that?
Okay, this is...
Okay. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Stop talking and listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Don't reach in the car, ma'am. Put your hands back out.
Okay, I 100% agree with her. She's saying she's from out of state. She's driving through. That means what she's saying is, I don't know what the cops are like here, and I'm a black woman and I'm afraid of cops. I don't blame her one bit. As for like how long it takes somebody to pull over, I really don't care. I don't care. You followed her for a whole 5 minutes. That is not unreasonable. And I hate when I see cars pulled over on the side of a highway, especially on that highway where I didn't see a shoulder or anywhere safe to stop. Okay, more cops, and I mean cops, get hit on the side of the freeway doing traffic stops than like any other place. So no, it is not safe to stop on the side of the freeway. But I'm betting this officer feels disrespected, and we know how that goes. So rather than him, having a little common sense and realizing that she has a point, whether she's legally right or wrong, she has a point. And responding with a little bit of empathy, sympathy, understanding, like, I know you didn't feel safe, but in this state, you need to pull over as soon as the lights go on. He could calmly and rationally explain that. I highly doubt that's what we're about to see.
Ma'am, please put your hands out the window. Use your left hand to open that door for me. Because I'm asking you to step out of the car. I'm not coming up to the car. She's 7'5", Dayton. She won't get out of the car.
Okay, at this point, she should get out of the car. I fully understand why she's not, but she should be.
I can see him. Don't reach in the car.
Officer, if you were that concerned...
You're going to get out of the car. Don't reach in the car.
Oh, and then he walks up
You're not
anyway.
getting out my car. I didn't do anything wrong.
Unlock your door, man. You're
No, I'm
speeding.
not getting out my car. No, I'm not.
Don't
Stop
do
touching
that.
me.
You can't
Stop
do that.
touching me.
Stop.
Okay,
You
resisting
stop
no.
me.
touching me.
Okay, this officer, I'm sorry, you're a jerk and you're a complete moron. Like, make up your damn mind. You want her to get out of the car and you're too afraid to approach the car? You're that much of a coward? Or you just walked up and now you're grabbing on her while telling her to get out. Like, dude, you have to open the door at this point unless you're going to drag her out through the window. And I hear backup coming, so why don't you just wait another, like, 2 minutes till they get here? Probably because he doesn't want to look like an idiot in front of backup. But I'm not okay with him, like, doing this break your hand, break your wrist twist right now. That always reminds me of Khan in Space Seed, with MacGyver's or McGivers, whatever her name is. I'm doing all the references today, and now I have hiccups. This is not good. But I'm not a fan of how this cop is handling this. I get she's not complying with his command. You can take that for whatever you want. But this is not an appropriate way to handle it. He needs to be using a lot more words and, like, actual brains, which he is not doing. He's going directly for force and violence, and there's no need for it. He could handle this like a grown-up. Not saying she's, like, perfectly well behaved. I said she should have got out of the car. But this is not the way to handle this. This is gross.
Stop resisting me. Unlock the door.
Okay.
Stop resisting me.
Dude, you're breaking her arm. Of course she's gonna resist
That's
you.
fine. Step out for me. Step out.
Call your dad. Call your dad. This cop is pulling me out
Stop
of my car
resisting me.
for no reason. He's
Get your
pulling me out of
taser,
my car
taser.
for no reason. Guys, get ready.
They should absolutely not be tasing her. It's ridiculous.
Get out now, ma'am.
Stop.
Please
You are
get
the
out.
biggest losers if you tase this woman.
If you want to record, that's fine. Get out of harm's way and come over here. Step.
So somebody else is recording. Good.
Get out of the car.
It's okay. I know you hear my voice. I know.
I didn't want to get out of the freeway.
Grab her arm.
Stop! Stop pulling on me!
Easy. Easy. Give me your hand.
Baby!
Give me your hand.
Babe, can you come and help me? Call your dad!
Easy.
This is my ID! This is my
Easy.
ID, sir! All I'm asking is for you to take my ID!
I'm trying to get. You're biting me, so stop.
Did she bite him?
You just bit me. Stop biting.
Okay, if she bit him, definitely don't do that. And again, she should have just got out of the car. But again, to anyone watching with a brain in their head that they actually use, can you understand why people don't? When the first thing he did was walk up and start breaking her arm and acting violent. Gee, I wonder why she was afraid to get out of the car. Like, again, I know it sounds like I'm excusing her behavior. I'm not. But I'm saying police need to handle things better than this, and they need to stop this BS that they don't know people are afraid of them or that people are concerned with their safety when police are around. Stop pretending you don't know why that is, officer. Like, and learn how to use your words and not your hands.
Authority met with resistance, sparking a.
I don't give a damn about this idiot narrator.
Stop resisting me.
I got it. Cuffs on. Take a step back. I got it.
I didn't do anything! I was driving and I didn't feel safe pulling over on the side of the freeway. So I came to the nearest exit.
Yes, which again is a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
I told the cop what
On
it
your butt.
was.
On your butt.
I
Sit
didn't
up.
feel safe.
Sit up.
I
Relax.
didn't feel safe here.
Relax.
But
You're okay.
the last thing I expect cops to understand is somebody acting reasonably.
Relax.
Okay, somebody's bleeding.
275 dating. Dayton, I need you to start me a squad. Signal 5. Give me a supervisor.
No, he broke my arm.
Wouldn't surprise me, honestly. I mean, I know I was using the term he broke her arm. I was exaggerating a little bit, but if he actually did, wouldn't surprise me at all. And now she's saying her head went off the ground, so I'm wondering if that's where the blood is coming from.
Ma'am, you bit me.
Should not have done that, certainly. Because fighting someone's just nasty.
Listen,
Fight
all
wounds.
you have to do is listen.
Yeah, get a lawyer, honey. Okay, Bo, you need to lay down if you're going to stay up.
The only thing I was trying to do is stop you from speeding.
I kept on going to 70 miles per hour on the cruise control, sir.
You were doing what?
I'm in cruise control. I am a car on cruise control 70 miles per hour.
No, you were at 81.
No, I wasn't. I had it on cruise control at 70 miles per hour. I know what I was doing. I have done nothing.
Relax.
I was uncomfortable. I'm in another foreign state. I don't know where I am. And I was driving and he turned his lights on in California.
Hey,
You
you-
pull off
you have
onto
a
the
large
freeway
backseat?
where it is safe.
A large back seat. You want to just wait for...
You pull it safe. You get somewhere where you're safe, and I am a safe single woman. And I'm sorry
So
you, and
what?
I said I'm gonna pull over where it's safe. I couldn't tell you nothing. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, honestly, officer, what do you do? What do you expect? You expect her to like write it down and hold it out the window? Is this your first day on the job? Do you not realize that yeah, people are going to pull over where they feel safe? And she did as soon as possible. And yes, in some states, as it is here, there are places where you can't pull over. I'm in Ontario, Canada. Okay, Bo, you need to stop. I know mommy's getting loud and you're worried, but you need to stop. You can lay down or I can put you on your pillow. What do you want? Yeah, you're going to lay down and be a good boy. He's trying to do his job being an emotional support puppy. He doesn't like it when I get upset. And he's like, you need to be petting me because you're getting upset. And that's why I'm here. So make with the petting of the doggy. Okay, but you can't be pushing up and blocking the screen, okay? Don't do that. But yeah, there are places here where you can't pull over. Like you would not see somebody pulled over on a highway here, ever. Well, rarely. I have seen it once or twice, but only where, like, highways here, A, tend to be wider, and B, they tend to have fields off to the side of them and a very wide shoulder. So you can, like, when I say wide shoulder, I mean like over a lane wide, lane and a half sometimes. Because you'll often see, like, if cops are in a hurry, they will often pull onto the shoulder to avoid traffic. But yeah, there's places here where you don't stop. It's illegal to stop on a bridge. And very rarely would you see somebody pulled over on the highway. And it would be perfectly reasonable for somebody who got pulled over while on the highway to basically put their hazards on, which signals the cop, like, I see you, and pull off at the next exit and pull into a gas station. I don't see an OPP officer having a problem with that because that is a safe, responsible thing to do. And it's safer for the officer to not be standing on the side of the highway either. So again, I think if the officer just had better communication, this is all avoidable. Like, if he had talked to her decently at the beginning and said, you know, I'm pulling you over for speeding, and then if he had not been, like, such a freaking coward at the beginning, afraid to approach the car, like, and then does so anyway, like, make up your mind. You're afraid of this woman or you're not. And he knew there was nothing to be afraid of. She was holding her hands out the window. She was doing what he said. He didn't tell her, like, I'm pulling you over for speeding or I need your license or anything. Like, again, if he just handled this better, we're not here. Okay, Bo, I love you, but you're going on your pillow, okay? Okay? Yes, you are. Okay. And of course, he hits the mute on the way down. I just told him he's a very good boy, but he's getting in the way, so he gets to go on his pillow.
Pull over, you broke my arm. You broke my arm.
Hey, you sit with your arm to go.
I'm not touching her right now. Ma'am?
Well, you
I
shouldn't
know
have
it's
walked up
legal
and grabbed
in
her like you did.
California, but you also have the odor of marijuana coming out of
Oh,
your car.
please.
I don't have no marijuana. I was trying to be
All
safe,
you have to
sir.
do is pull over. That's the
I
safest thing to
didn't
do.
know where to go. I was trying to pull over at the next exit. Did I not pull over at the next
No,
exit?
well, I don't know that.
Did I pull over?
Okay, officer, stop talking. You're just making yourself sound dumber. Like, he just admitted that he knows in California what she did is fine. The first thing she said to him was that she is out of state and from California, and that she did the safe thing. This is an idiot cop feeling disrespected. That's why he acted the way he did. And then he didn't want to look like such a loser in front of other cops that he was afraid to approach a car where a woman's got both hands out the window. As for them smelling marijuana, take that however you want. It's the most made up thing that cops will use as an excuse to search somebody's car or jam them up for no reason because there's no way to prove or disprove it. So if they find weed in the car, fine, but if they don't, I'm calling bullshit.
At the next exit, sir.
How am I supposed to know
Did
when
I
you're going
pull
to stop?
over at the next exit?
Yes.
And when you asked me,
Are
what
you
did
in
I
California?
Either way, her reaction was probably shailed.
say? Ask you a question. Did I explain to you why I said kept going?
And I asked you to get
Did
out
I
of the
explain
car.
to you? And why would I
said
get out of the car
Because you
on
were
a
meeting me on a pursuit.
What? I was
No,
not
she was
meeting
not.
you on a pursuit. I explained to you. When I pulled up first.
That's a
let me talk
question
to
of
you, okay?
perspective.
Listen,
When I pulled up, didn't I say to you, I put my hands out and
and you
I
did
said, "Sir."
exactly what I asked you to do.
Exactly, and I said to you, the reason
But I
why.
said you have to get out of the car.
When I
You said I'm not
why?
doing so.
Because I'm not a criminal and I've done
I
nothing
never
wrong.
said you were a criminal, ma'am. I told you
Sir,
that
can
you
I
were
please-
speeding.
All
I was trying to do is
I
catch
was
up
on
to you.
cruise control.
You were not. You were at
Yes, I was. It
81.
was an 18 wheeler that pulled up behind me when we
Way
passed
before
you.
that. You passed me
I
at
was
the
not
4.
speeding. I was on cruise control. Cruise control.
Ma'am, is your ID in here?
Yes.
What is your name, ma'am?
I was on cruise control the whole time.
Why would you bite me?
I didn't know what I was doing.
You didn't know what you were doing, so
I
you
didn't
bit me.
know what I was doing.
Are you on
I was-
medication? Are you on
No.
medication?
What?
What do you mean? You said you don't know what you're doing, so
Because you guys, when you just slammed me on the ground.
we asked you
and
to
pulled
step
me
out of the car.
And then you threw me and you slammed my. Oh, my arm is broken.
What is your name, ma'am?
I just told you.
I want to. Is this you?
You did just tell him.
Okay.
I'll be 42.
Where are you headed to, ma'am?
I'm headed to New York.
Okay. Why are you doing that?
I didn't do anything.
Why
I
didn't you
came
just
to
stop?
a safe place. It is raining. It is 18 wheelers going by. There was nowhere to pull over.
The whole
I
side of the
took
road
the
is for
next
you.
exit.
But you can't do
And
that.
we don't do that where I'm
But you're
from.
not in California.
I didn't know what the rules of.
Okay, this cop needs to shut up, and one of the other cops there needs to tell him, shut up. It doesn't matter at this point. You've gone through this argument like 5 times. I'm sick of hearing it. She can argue that in court. He needs to get on with doing his job, but he doesn't care about doing his job because all he wants is for this woman to admit that she was in the wrong and she shouldn't have done that. No, I'm so sorry, officer. I hate that attitude from cops. Nobody promised you respect. Nobody promised you people kissing your ass. Nobody promised you that you have the right to badger this lady until she says that she was in the wrong. Because from her point of view, she was not in the wrong. She may legally be in the wrong, but her point of view is an understandable one, and he needs to not be arguing that. Like, it's not the time, it's not the place, and it doesn't matter. So get on with doing your damn job and stop trying to be right.
Sorry, I didn't know that I had to pull over exactly where you said.
All right. So
You
let me
broke
do
my
something,
arm,
okay?
You slammed my head on the ground.
Let me do something with you, okay? I need you to pay attention to me, okay? Just listen for me real quick. Can you do that? Are you on any kind of medication right now? Nothing at all. Are you currently using marijuana? I can smell marijuana coming from your car. Do you recreationally use it?
No.
Something like that.
No.
Do you know what today's date is?
Today is the. Hold on. Today's the 13th.
The 13th.
June 13th, and I have a room set for the Seneca
Okay.
Hotel in Niagara Falls.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you your rights right now, okay? You don't have to talk anymore. You don't have to answer any questions. I'm going to read them to you, okay? It says, before we ask any questions, you must understand your rights. We means myself or any
Can I
police
ask you
officer.
why you didn't do that before you grabbed me out the car?
At that point, I don't have to read you your rights, okay? Now, if we ask you questions, that's what the rights are for.
The officers needed to punish her so she could learn to behave like a responsible
Excuse
person.
you?
After the entire investing, assaulting an officer, evasion movie audition. She was charged with.
Wait,
The
I'm gonna
officers
listen
needed
to that.
Punish her so she could learn to behave.
Oh my
like
God,
a responsible
like, this
person.
narrator is
After
such
the
a
entire
jagoff.
investigation, she she was transferred to jail. Hopefully, she'll think twice next time before turning a traffic stop into a live-action movie audition. She was
Okay, this narrator can absolutely suck my fucking dick. What a goddamn idiot. The officers needed to punish her. They're not her daddy, and neither are you. And it is not the job of the police to punish people. That is the court's job. And what live action pursuit, you fucking idiot. Whatever channel this is, I'm this close to unsubscribing if they're gonna make that kind of ridiculous narration where they're purely fabricating a load of crap just to make something sound more dramatic than it is. Like, that was disgusting. If I thought YouTube would listen, I'd honestly report that for being so atrocious. Like, and the mentality of it is just the grossest goddamn thing. Like, again, all of this is avoidable if two things. One, she should have gotten out of the car. Two, prior to that, and certainly after that, the idiot officer should have been a lot more compassionate. He should have said, I understand that, but in this state, next time you pull over right away, and then moved on and written the goddamn ticket. The only reason he escalated to getting physically violent was he felt disrespected. That is it. So, yeah, I'm sure they did punish her, but it wasn't because she broke the law. It was because he felt disrespected, and then he worried he was going to look the idiot in front of backup for not dealing with this. And so he escalated to extreme violence when it wasn't necessary. Like, I have no doubt they piled on the charges to try and justify their bullshit. But this is
charged
really
with
bad
resisting
policing.
arrest, assaulting an officer, evading an officer, and failing to stop when instructed by law enforcement. So in the end,
I don't care what it says in the end. This narrator can F off in perpetuity. They're just gross. Okay, the title should have been a clue because she's not psycho. She's certainly not a Karen. She did bite the cop, which is wrong. Again, she should not have done that. And the resisting, I'll give it. But other than that, she had a very valid reason that she didn't stop right away. So the evading and the failing to stop can, go away. The resisting, I'll grant in this case, but assault on an officer, yeah, she did. So I get those charges, and those should probably stick, but none of this had to happen. And none of it would have happened, again, if the police had handled this better. I'm not saying it's 100% on them because I can give it a 50-50 here, but they should have handled it a hell of a lot better than immediately resorting to violence and failing to have any understanding at all when she was being very clear. And as for them saying they smelled marijuana, since I didn't see them find any and she was not charged with possession or being under the influence, I'm calling absolute bullshit that he smelled marijuana. I think he just said that to try and leverage her into admitting that he was right or making up a reason that, oh, she was fleeing because there's marijuana in the car. Depending on what state you're in, that's not a problem. So, yeah, I think that was entirely made up. But yeah, that one pissed me off more than I thought it would. Because that was some really bad police interaction. Really bad. Ugh, the things they get away with, I'll never understand. But those are my thoughts. What are yours? Please leave them in the comments. And if you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, I've been Insane Lane as well as a Canadian girl. Love on yourself and love a fur baby. No. He's under his puppy bed being a puppy. Doesn't like that he got put down, but he kept standing up in front of my face. What was I supposed to do? He gets lots of love. But I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.